South African flag, great to see. And the marching band will now leave the field and we will introduce the players to you at home. And at number 1 for New Zealand, Kit Brooks. Number 2, Tom Hunt on Kashani, chestnut horse. And at number 3, the captain, Sam Hopkinson, on the James Archibald bred horse called Harry Potter. Now for South Africa, number 1, Chris Mackenzie. Number 2, LaRue Hendricks on Tiny, is the name of that pony, and Gareth Evans at number 3, the 6-goaler on Sapphire. The umpires, Christopher Bethel and and Nico Cotticini are out there this afternoon. And they're the teams there, New Zealand, South Africa. There's a couple of the Australian and English players. Ricky Bailey and Max Rutledge. But all eyes now on the snow, and the ball gets thrown in. Who's going to come out with the first? LaRue Hendricks for South Africa goes back with a near side back shot, and he's been hard ridden out of it there by Hopkinson for New Zealand. Sam Hopkinson now takes it around on Harry Potter, ridden out of it by Hendricks. Back shot there by Hendricks now, down the boards. First one to it, Tom Hunt backs it to the board, looking for a deflection to Hopkinson, gets it. Can he get back in behind Hendricks? He does. Just waiting for runners to hit to now. Tells Kit Brooks to get going and hits the ball through. Kit Brooks running, but it's Mackenzie. Chris Mackenzie there for South Africa. Doesn't get any bat on ball, and he's left the ball behind now for the number 3 for South Africa, Gareth Evans. Backs it, but it goes into the chest of the New Zealand pony, and Tom Hunt comes up with the ball now. Taking it forward is Kit Brooks for New Zealand. Big neck shot there by Chris Mackenzie, but it comes back for Tom Hunt. He decides he was going to back it, then he was told he had time and he wouldn't have fouled, so he kept it himself and turned it. Then he's gone forward, left the ball now for Sam Hopkinson. Sam Hopkinson's trying to hit the ball, appealing for the foul, hits it through to Tom Hunt. Can he get it through? Comes off the pony now, back shot required by New Zealand, but it comes off another foot. Now New Zealand fighting for the ball. They've had every opportunity, but it's going to be run through there by Tom Hunt, and the hand goes up by umpire Bethel. That's a goal to New Zealand. Last game of the day, in the opening minute and a half, they had plenty of opportunities to put this through. There's one deflection off the leg. Chris Mackenzie didn't know where it went from South Africa, and neither did Sam Hopkinson. He got out of there, left the ball for Tom Hunt, and Tom Hunt put it through. So now LaRue Hendricks now has turned the play around, and it will be Sam Hopkinson trying to get New Zealand into an attacking position. Whistle's gone. Umpire's appealing for the foul. And it's going to be a roll in here because the umpires can't agree by the sounds of it. So yes, umpire Bethel saying we're going to roll it in. It'll come off Nico Cotticini on the black and white pony. Ball gets thrown in now. First one through the line-out was Hopkinson for New Zealand, but now it's Chris Mackenzie for South Africa with the ball. Mackenzie with the maroon helmet now. South Africa with the ball. Going to have to take it near side. Being told to leave it by LaRue Hendricks. Takes it stick side. Hits it cleanly. Tom Hunt gets some bat on ball, and the ball goes back now. But it's been cleaned up by LaRue Hendricks. Now another back shot by Hopkinson for New Zealand. Will it stay in the field of the play? It does. It's sitting up there for New Zealand, but it's sitting in a hole now. Tom Hunt's going to have to take it the long way around to get it through the goals. He's a long way out from here with plenty of ponies' legs to get through now. Brought back in by Kit Brooks. Kit Brooks is now appealing for the line. Keeps it himself. Takes it through. Big shot by Sam Hopkinson. Does it go through? It's up in the air for New Zealand. And it is 2-0 in favour of New Zealand. So the Kiwis have brought their A-grade game here today. And Kid Brooks appealing for the foul. LaRue Hendricks had to get out. They pushed it forward for Hopkinson, and Hoppy puts it through for New Zealand now. It's Hoppy again on the attack. Little back shot now. LaRue Hendricks trying to dig it out of their defensive half. Still got to get past a big ride-off there from Kid Brooks. Tom Hunt backs it, but Gareth Evans for South Africa reads it very well. Very strong at the back. Gareth Evans stays in the field of play. LaRue Hendricks plucks it out of the top of the air, bounce, takes it forward, but it's now Kid Brooks who backs it down the boards. Who's going to be first one onto the line? It's New Zealand now, Hopkinson, but he's being hard ridden by Mackenzie. Gareth Evans backs it. Mackenzie keeps Hopkinson out of it. Now, forward shot there by Kid Brooks, but it's gone out over the board, so the umpires will throw it in on that far side of the field. 2-goal buffer to New Zealand, and it's come out of the line out in favour of New Zealand. Again, Hopkinson just waiting for it nicely. He keeps the ball himself, but the whistle has gone. And we'll have a look, see if there's a replay to tell us what that was about. Players going across the field. So this is Sam Hopkinson here. I think Gareth Evans may have had the line coming out of that line out. The umpires were right on it, so they had the best opportunity to see that. And as such, it's now LaRue Hendricks with a spot penalty, and he's taken it forward, but he's being ridden there by Brooks. Kid Brooks backs it out of a hole. Field has cut up a little bit here this afternoon. Compared to the earlier games, which were in pristine condition. This being the third game on this pitch, it is going to be a little bit chopped up. Now Mackenzie appealing for the foul. Tom Hunt gets a good bounce off the boards, hits it up the boards cleanly, but there's no New Zealanders there to take it, so Gareth Evans will take it around the front. Now Hopkinson in hot pursuit, but he's ridden out of it by LaRue Hendricks. Now here's the opportunity for New Zealand. Great shot by Brooks across to his captain, the Sam Hopkinson. Lovely big neck shot. It's got plenty of height on it, but it will go wide to the left if it doesn't go out over the boards. And it looks like the Kiwis have hit that one out over the back line in defence. So Sam Hopkinson will use this opportunity to get off the horse Harry Potter and get onto his spare, which will be a horse called Dunsky, the little buckskin pony. And Chris Mackenzie for South Africa will do the same. He'll be getting on off Estrada onto a horse called Wacky. And that's Sam Hopkinson jumping onto Dunsky. So 30 yards out, and Sam Hopkinson riding back to the game, as does Chris Mackenzie. And once the ponies get tired, there is a spare pony there available for them to take. Now, hit cleanly is Tom Hunt, hit the post, and whistle's blown, whistle's gone. Look, that one looked like it went across the back line from here, but we're not sure. Tom Hunt saying, yeah, it went across the line. Umpires just having a quick discussion to see exactly where it sat. It was quickly hit out of there by New Zealand, by South Africa. They thought they could because they didn't think it had crossed the line. But again, this being the third game on this pitch, the blue marker isn't clearly defined. So it'll be the umpires making a decision here. I'll get a re-hit. So it'll be New Zealand getting another 30-yard shot at goal. And again, it will be taken by, this time, it'll be taken by Sam Hopkinson. So went wide to the right. They probably should have let Tom Hunt take that one, but anyway, they're up by 2, and it's now South Africa deep in their defensive half. He probably needs to go and get a few lessons off Tommy Biddle, but anyway, here we go. New Zealand on the attack, and it's wide again. Chris McKenzie, Kit Brooks, I should say, being ridden by Chris McKenzie there. Kit Brooks had a near side neck shot and just couldn't get enough on it, and it's gone wide out to the left. So now Gareth Evans, he shanks this out to the left, and it'll be cleaned up here by Hopkinson. Hopkinson now with Chris McKenzie for South Africa taking the inside path, but he's hit it out over the boards, and it'll be a throw-in on the far side. So a very exciting first chukker here. Now we've got Chris McKenzie on the attack for South Africa as he goes forward now, gets it out of the top of the bounce. 30 seconds left on the clock, and South Africa are in the zone. Can they run it in from here? There needs to be some good defence by New Zealand to keep him out. And looks like the whistle has gone. A little bit too messy there. And the umpires awarding the penalty to... So this is McKenzie bringing it through. And Tom Hunt getting in the way, so it'll be a penalty to South Africa right in front. And McKenzie puts it through, so it's now 2-1 in favour of New Zealand with 10 seconds left on the clock. And I don't think we'll see any of the teams scoring now. And that's the end of the first chukker. And it's been all New Zealand till now, till the last 20 seconds. And the score, 2-1 in favour of New Zealand. And we'll go to a break. New Zealand leading. We're back, the final chukker, sorry, the second chukker of the Fortune Heights Snow Polo World Cup. And New Zealand having a very strong opening chukker. They're now 2-1 up. And the groundsman just running the final drag over the surface here to give these two teams every opportunity. And the umpires now to throw the ball in for the second chukker. Ball goes in, comes up to the number 2 players in the line out. Near side there by LaRue Hendricks. Someone's off, whistle has gone. It is Tom Hunt, has been decked off a horse called Saint. You'll see here, horse just got stuck in reverse and then flipped. Didn't go over, but Tom Hunt decided to get out of there. I think he got caught in some gear and he's gone down and hit the deck. So, Tom Hunt, the kingpin of the New Zealand team. Very important that he doesn't hurt himself, or for the New Zealanders to continue on in this tournament. They'll be doing everything they can to make sure that Tom Hunt isn't injured. And there's Marcelo Abbiati for Canada there on the left, and I think there's a couple of New Zealand supporters there as well. So this pony just, I think he got caught up in some gear of the rider that was beside him in the ride-off and got stuck in reverse. And now Tom Hunt will get back on. No injury there to Tom. There's Tom's effort there in the first chukker. You see him here come around and just try and put this one through, and does so. So yeah, he's a instrumental part of the team, and we've got 10 seconds gone in this chukker, and we've already seen some action. So for the New Zealanders, they would be very keen to make sure that doesn't happen again. And out they come, LaRue Hendricks for South Africa, backs it across now. First one back onto it is the man, Kit Brooks for New Zealand, the number 1. Takes a big ride off there, Chris McKenzie just pushing him onto the boards, but Kit Brooks keeps the ball out in front. Brooks now Gareth Evans trying to get around and ends up with the ball himself. Gareth Evans has to get past Sam Hopkinson, who goes for the hook there. Hopkinson now has to keep Gareth Evans in this corner, and so that he cannot get out. They need to keep the pressure on the South Africans while they're in their attacking zone. But at the moment, it's South Africa trying to dig their way out of their defensive area and get this ball up over the halfway. Big shot now from LaRue Hendricks, looking for Gareth Evans, who's on the fly. He hits it past the number 1. Kid Brooks for New Zealand, who brings it back to the halfway line. Kid Brooks now, Mackenzie, back shot, beautiful back shot across the front of Kid Brooks's horse. Who's back there? It's the number 3, Gareth Evans for South Africa. Another neck shot here by Chris Mackenzie that goes out over the back line. So now it will be New Zealand with an attacking set play off the back line. And that's Kid Brooks on your screen, looking to run into a gap where he can. So there's a fine line between protecting the hitter. So you can see a couple of these players here just riding the South African players away to give Sam Hopkinson some time with the ball. And now he's being ridden here by their number 3 for South Africa. Gareth Evans has gone to Hopkins, and it's been hooked out there now quickly by Mackenzie. Lovely little neck shot by Mackenzie now. First one onto it is Sam Hopkinson, who read the play very well. Backs it, looking for his runners. Big ride off here. Tom Hunt needed to do it. Chris Mackenzie backs it for South Africa. First down the line, Sam Hopkinson, but he can't get to the ball now. It's LaRue Hendricks with no one on him and plenty of time, but he's not having the best of time with the ball control. Ball goes forward now, and it's Gareth Evans trying to clean it up. He's got to get past Kid Brooks. Gareth Evans with a clean shot at goal for South Africa, and it goes through. So it's 2 goals to 1, 2 goals all now in a tied up ball game halfway through the second chukker. So a hard fought goal here by Gareth Evans, just weaving his way through plenty of New Zealand players. Support was there with Mackenzie behind if he did come up with an error, but now it's New Zealand cleaning up. Taking it off the back line now. Hopkinson again, getting it up over the advantage line. Hopkinson, a little bit of cat and mouse with LaRue Hendricks. Heads it through. He's well inside the attacking zone now for New Zealand, but South Africa needed to get a better back shot here. Tom Hunt, he's the danger man. He's appealing for the foul now. He's going to try and breeze past Mackenzie, but as he's done so, LaRue Hendricks has backed that ball out of the area. Now, Mackenzie comes around behind Gareth Evans, who couldn't control the ball. Mackenzie taking the ball forward. Kit Brooks is locked up now. Mackenzie just goes past Tom Hunt, who picks him up on the way. Tom Hunt now clears the man out, leaves the ball for Sam Hopkinson, who backs it down, looking for Kit Brooks, who still has to get past Gareth Evans, the number 3 for South Africa. Now, Brooks backing it, looking to hopefully get onto the stick of a New Zealand runner, but he's found LaRue Hendricks for South Africa, who's done a lovely job to recover there and back it straight up towards halfway. Now, the ball has popped up on the stick side of Mackenzie, gets a back shot, gets a deflection off the hind quarter, and now Gareth Evans for South Africa in some space with no one on him, but he's being pressured to go wide out to the right. He needs to correct a big neck shot required to get this in the zone near the goal mouth. And he's gone across the face of the goal and wide to the left. So, 1:35 left on the clock, and it's a tied-up ball game. Will South Africa get the points to equalise, or will New Zealand get the extra 2 points to put them into the pool with the other 4-point teams? Here they go. Now, Sam Hopkinson takes a little bit of snow with him, ridden out of it, and played back is Hendricks. Great little play by LaRue Hendricks of South Africa. Little bit of a back shot now by Kit Brooks to Tom Hunt, who gets enough onto it to get it to Sam Hopkinson, but he needs to clear this one. They need to get out of their defensive half now, New Zealand, if they want to have a chance to score. No, but it's going to be Chris Mackenzie. First on, a good bounce here for New Zealand, but the first one onto that is Gareth Evans, who punches the ball out towards the boards, and it goes into the crowd here at Tianjin, at the Metropolitan Polo Club in Tianjin for the Fortune Heights Snow Polo World Cup. And the ball's being thrown in again. And it's South Africa now with a little bit of momentum. 30 seconds left on the clock. Good back shot there. Tom Hunt ducks out of the way. Who's going to be back there first? It's Gareth Evans in defence. Gareth Evans now turning it with no one coming up the line. He can do that. Gets back inside. Kid Brooks. Mackenzie now tries to bring it around the long way. He hits it up looking for the number one. Doesn't get it, and it's now going to be Hopkinson with 7 seconds. Can he have a shot from here? It's too far out. I think we're going to go to the end of the chucker break, all tied up at 2 apiece. And we do. So, a good last-ditch effort by New Zealand to get that advantage going into the break, but it wasn't to be. The defence of South Africa has been solid. If it's not Gareth Evans back there, LaRue Hendricks is back there. So a very tough chucker, and we're going to go to the break. 2 goals all. Now there's the referee and third umpire, JJ Diaz-Alberti, up there in the stands, and we've got ourselves a tied ball game here for the final chucker of these preliminary rounds. Very important game, and at stake here is 2 points. Will New Zealand knock South Africa out here and get 2 points, putting them up into the quarterfinals, or will they be going into a penalty shootout to see whether they make it? Now this is Sam Hopkinson keeping the ball. It looks like it's still in the field of play. It was backed out of there by Mackenzie for South Africa. Now Tom Hunt with a little bit of space. Can he back it to someone who will be able to put this through? First one onto the line, LaRue Hendricks. A lovely little away shot by LaRue. Now Tom Hunt backs it, gets it into the chest of Mackenzie. Lucky bounce for South Africa. Now it's South Africa on the attack with Mackenzie. Leaves the ball behind. Sam Hopkinson comes around, takes it on the near side. Now he's going to have to take it on the stick side, but Mackenzie beats him to it. Now Kit Brooks for New Zealand. Pony slips a little as he was turning that one. A pony bred by the great Jamie Mackay in Australia now. But Gareth Evans now takes it around, has one shot at goal. Will he get it? No, comes off the pony and it goes wide to the left. So South Africa now very conscious of the fact that they need to get this ball up into the attacking half, and once you're in your attacking half, anything can happen, and that's the clearing shot they needed to get it up to halfway. But it looks like Gareth Evans has had a big shot at trying to get it back, and they're now, New Zealand are in the attacking half. They're now in the next quarter, and they will, Tom Hunt bringing it around on the near side, leaves it behind. Who's there? Kid Brooks. Can Kid Brooks do something from here? He backs it across the goal face. Who comes up with it? Mackenzie for South Africa now. Mackenzie with a neck shot, looking for the deflection off the boards, but I think it may have hit the marquee. It's gone into the stand, and there'll be a throw in now. LaRue Hendricks back and gets the bounce off a pony. We see it so often. All the beautiful work, but to no avail with the deflection of the pony now. Tom Hunt foul. Umpire saying he was too close. And that's not what South Africa needed, New Zealand needed. They needed to stay disciplined there. And Tom Hunt just needed to let him play that one. And as such, LaRue Hendricks for South Africa gets the penalty. And we'll put the South Africans in a very strong position as we wind down the clock to the halfway point of this last chukker of the last game of the preliminary rounds of the Fortune Heights Snow Polo World Cup for 2014. And it'll be Gareth Evans for South Africa to take the penalty from the halfway mark. Players running into position. Lovely approach shot by South Africa. Back shot across the goal face, which is always dangerous there for New Zealand now. Kid Brooks takes it forward. Umpire's blowing the whistle, saying he didn't have enough angle on that. And I think Kid Brooks cannot believe his luck or lack of it. Let's have a look here. So Sam Hopkinson cuts it across the field, and I think Kit Brooks had the right idea, but the poor execution. And as such, South Africa will get a 30-yard shot at goal, which the New Zealanders can defend. So this will make it very interesting if they can put this one through. South Africa currently winless, have not won one of the games yet in the prelim rounds. And they will be leaving nothing in the tank here today, because if they don't win this one, they'll be on the plane home back to South Africa. Hits that one cleanly. There's no mistaking that one. That was a great shot by Mackenzie. And they are now in the lead. South Africa lead 3-2. And lovely shot that was thwarted there by South Africa's Chris Mackenzie, and the ball still going forward now for New Zealand. Now it's in front for Kit Brooks, but you can't see where it is. Chris Mackenzie goes to back it, doesn't get enough on it now. First one onto it, Gareth Evans. Sam Hopkinson appealing for the line, doesn't quite get it. Near side shot for LaRue Hendricks, then a neck side shot for LaRue Hendricks. Now it's LaRue again, looking over his shoulder to see he's going to have to take it near side, chips it out of the divot, and it's going to be LaRue Hendricks with a big neck shot, but it's gone wide. He knew he had to put plenty of angle on it, and he's just put a little bit too much this time, and it's gone wide to the right. And now it'll be Sam Hopkinson bringing it in. They'll be looking for the quick play the ball to get this ball up there as quickly as he can before the opposition can work out what's going on. Now Sam Hopkinson hits it into the pony, gets the deflection, and now he's hit it out over the boards on the far side of the field. Whew. South Africa with their nose in front. 2 minutes 20 left on the clock. Ball's thrown in on the far side of the field. Who's got it? Tom Hunt looking underneath him, can't see the ball. Comes out in favour of LaRue Hendricks. Now, Tom Hunt appealing for the line, doesn't get it. LaRue Hendricks now on the attack. Near side required by Kit Brooks. Backs it, lovely, but it hits the pony of the New Zealand player now, his teammate. Now the ball goes forward for Tom Hunt. Can he keep the dream alive? Tom Hunt now, and it's Sam Hopkinson running through with Gareth Evans in his rib cage. Now, Tom Hunt, time is called as Sam Hopkinson comes round behind. They're right near the speaker. We can hear everything they're saying, and it's going to be Kit Brooks now bringing the ball through. Kit Brooks ridden out of it by Gareth Evans now. Gareth Evans on the attack. Can they go two in front here, South Africa? South Africa now up over the advantage line there at halfway. Kit Brooks is going to have to put a big ride off on Gareth Evans here. The ball come up now with the captain of New Zealand. Beautiful away shot there by Sam Hopkinson, but the first man to turn onto the line is LaRue Hendricks for South Africa. Backs it across. Oh, a lovely little play there by Kit Brooks to keep the ball. Now, Sam Hopkinson gets the line, and Chris Mackenzie just fouls him. And Mackenzie can't believe it, but from where we stand, it was a foul. They're going to give him a 30, I think, because they're on the attack. And, yep, Tom Hunt had that line. And umpires walking it down to the 30-metre mark as New Zealand were on the attack. And with 1 minute left, can the Kiwis put it through? Can the Kiwis put it through to go equal with South Africa? So the Canadians there looking on intently from the Players' Lounge. As I said previously, on numerous occasions, the facilities here are second to none. An outstanding setup, cleanly hit, but way out to our right, their left. Tom Hunt, not the result he was looking for. So, still with some work to do now, New Zealand. The South Africans talking tactics on the back line. Whistle's gone, so the clock isn't running. I'm not sure what the delay is, whether it's to do with the umpires collecting a couple of balls, but it'll be Gareth Evans now on the black horse, running at the ball sideways. The whistle's gone again. And he said they're looking to see what the Umpire's decision is here. They're going to go to the third man and ask his opinion. I think they're saying that he couldn't get... Tom Hunt was saying that the captain of the South African team couldn't hit that ball, so he was entitled to ride down. And now we'll just see what the umpire's decision is. JJ Alberti in a good position to hit it, but I think they're then saying that the Gareth Evans is allowed to change the horse that was causing the problem. Very interesting to see the result of this one, because, wow, it'd be a very exciting final afternoon here if we could, if we had to go to a penalty shootout to decide who gets the 2 points. And Gareth Evans comes back on the paint horse called Pinto. Umpire Scortacini just riding up onto the field to also grab one of the balls that was loose out on the field. So there's a LaRue there. Took it stick side, then went for the near side. And then Gareth Evans is appealing for this foul here and goes and puts it through. So that was a lovely goal there for South Africa. A lot of hard work there by the South Africans to get that through the melee and finally convert in between all the legs of all the ponies, and they finally got it through. But the looked like the umpires are back now. They're going to have a throw in, I think, in front of the goal mouth. So is it a throw in they're going to have? It looks like they're lining up for a throw in, but I'm not getting anything through on the... I think they might be conferring with the JJ Alberti, who's still talking. Very experienced referee and umpire. And still deep in discussion as to which way this is to go, because the South African horse was coming into the ball sideways, and it was obvious that the captain was not going to be able to hit that. Or the ball hasn't been put on the back line yet, so it's a very important decision too, so they don't want to get this wrong, and that's why they're probably going back to look at some replays back there in the umpire's booth. So this is the players here all heading off, and the black horse now that he can't get near the ball. He's used, and I wonder if he may have used the whip excessively. I think that might be also what the New Zealanders are talking about. So umpires now claiming their decision, telling the players what the decision will be, and they are going to allow them to hit it in again off the back line. Umpire's decision is final, and it'll be Gareth Evans now with a new pony to take this ball in with 1 minute left on the clock, and 1-goal buffer over. Oh, lovely back shot there by Tom Hunt to keep it down in their half. Now Kit Brooks with a big ride-off from South Africa. Gareth Evans, he backs it through, but who gets there? Chris McKenzie, and New Zealand get the penalty this time, and they will probably get a 20 as Sam Hopkinson was heading forward. So a lovely little back shot there by Kit Brooks looking, and Chris McKenzie of South Africa has come across and fouled Sam Hopkinson, and as such he's on the attack. They will give him a penalty 20 yards out and undefended. Probably the most important goal of the tournament for Sam Hopkinson up till now, and he will be just clearing the head, loosening up the arm, and trying not to hit this one too hard to see if New Zealand can equalise. He hits it pretty sweetly, and it's a goal there for New Zealand. We're all tied up at 3 apiece, but South Africa will have the ball, and they'll get the hit in off the back line, and they're not going to do this slowly. They know they've got 35 seconds on the clock. They've got the ball. If they can get this up into the attacking half, they are a chance. And look, Gareth Evans is running onto it, but the ball stayed behind. Now McKenzie's got hold of that one. Now let's see if the defence of New Zealand can hold out, or can they get the ball back and score at the other end. That's a lovely shot there by Hopkinson to get them back down in the attacking half for New Zealand, but it's the South Africans running back in defence. Next shot required by Chris McKenzie. Gets a deflection off the boards. LaRue Hendricks can't do much with it. He's hooked out of it. And at the end of the game, the last game in the third chukker, it is all tied up at 3 goals apiece. We're going to a penalty shootout. So, 3 apiece, with some controversy in the dying moments of the last game here this afternoon of the preliminary rounds. And we are going to penalty shootout to decide who will get the 2 points here this afternoon. Will New Zealand get the 2 points and knock the Canadians and the South Africans out? Or will South Africa get the 2 points and go into a penalty shootout to try and knock out Canada? The 4th place up for grabs at the moment, with the French already on 4 points, the USA with 4 points. And here's the highlight here from McKenzie. That was a fantastic penalty there by Chris McKenzie. You can see it here. He just hits it. Beautiful. Lovely shot there with the hotel in the background. And now we've got Sam Hopkinson for New Zealand just getting that final goal to keep them in the game and equalise. So we're going to a penalty shootout now at the far end of the field. The umpires and players and horses all mingling around to see what the result will be. So each member of the team will get a shot at goal, and we will then do a tally at the end. If the goals are still tied up after every member of the team has had their shot, then we go into a sudden death where the first mistake will be fatal. And there's the English team. Richie Lepore, Max Charlton, happy to look at themselves. And the coach and Max Rutledge, all on the big screen here today. And one of our executive producers, Tommy, there, looking a picture, Tommy, as he's watching intently to see who will get through to the quarter. So yeah, if New Zealand win this penalty shootout, they will knock Canada and South Africa out of the competition. If South Africa win, they will probably knock New Zealand out, I think. I'm not sure whether they'll have to go into a... We'll have to just check that to see if they have to go into a penalty shootout tomorrow. But I doubt they would. But at the moment, there's 3 teams with 4 points, and New Zealand have 2. If they win this, they'll also be on 4, and they'll go into the top 4 and claim that 4th spot in the quarterfinals. Quarterfinals will be coming to you live on Wednesday here on Now Sports. And all of the coverage, all the way through to the finals on this Sunday afternoon, will be coming to you live on Now Sports. So stay tuned. Don't switch the channels. Now Sports giving all the greatest polo coverage in Asia and Australasia. And we're here in Tianjin, China, in the snow for the Fortune Heights Snow Polo World Cup this year, 2014. And we're about to go into a penalty shootout to see who will go through to the quarterfinals on Wednesday. The officials just getting the snow surface even and fair, so that all the, and I think that's JJ Alberti, the referee, and third umpire, who was, and this will be Gareth Evans on paint, and it just goes over, but it's enough, it's a goal. So South Africa get the first one. And it'll now be, looks like it's going to be Kit Brooks for... Very lucky to get away with that one, Gareth Evans, but it's a point all the same, and he'll take it, I'm sure. So, Kit Brooks for New Zealand. Hits it cleanly, and he's put it through, so he's done his job for his country. And it'll now be South Africa to... Looks like it'll be Chris McKenzie to hit this one to keep South Africa in it. It's hit it, it's hit the post, and it hasn't gone through. So the pressure building now. South Africa didn't need that. And if you'd asked him to hit that post, you couldn't have paid him enough. He wouldn't have been able to do it. But today, under pressure, he's hit the post and it's gone back into the field of play, and it's no goal. So it's now, if Tom Hunt can get this one through, they will have a slight advantage. He hits that one pretty good, and it just sneaks over. And all the teams trying, very conscious not to hit the ball too hard, and for both the South Africans and Tom Hunt, they will take the goal, and it's now 2-1 with South Africa's last player now to take his shot, LaRue Hendricks. Hits it cleanly. So the pressure now on Sam Hopkinson of New Zealand with the last shot of this round of the penalty shootout. He has to put this through to knock South Africa out and knock Canada out. The Canadians would be willing this ball out, I'm sure. Very passionate Canadian fans here at the moment. And Sam Hopkinson walks in. all the pressure on. And he has missed it. Ay, 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 ay. So, he has shanked that out to the left terribly. But anyway, we now go into sudden death. Umpire, third man. JJ Alberti just telling the players how this one will go from here. But after that round, we had 1 miss and 2 goals for each country. So we're still tied up, and we now go into what they call sudden death, which can be blocked. So with the blocking, there is a player in the goal mouth who can stop this. Gareth Evans hits it, and it's wide by umpire Bethel, pointing very quickly out to the left. And so if New Zealand can score this one here right now, they will win the game. There will be no more hits after this, but this is Gareth Evans and umpire Bethel getting that one 100% correct. And this is Kit Brooks now for New Zealand, with Chris McKenzie of South Africa in the goalmouth. Kit Brooks hits it wide as well. So South Africa now with their next hitter. It looks like it's going to be Chris McKenzie with a big circle out behind the ball to make sure he gets his line right. He's going to canter into this one and just have a go. Hits it wide to the left again for South Africa. So pressure telling, it's getting a lot more difficult. We've got a defender in the goal mouth, and again, he probably should have gone to the Tommy Biddle school of penalty hitting, because Tommy's been nailing those ones. And we now have Tom Hunt under pressure to see if he can win this for New Zealand. And it's gone through, and New Zealand, I think, have got the win. New Zealand have won it with a penalty shootout, and an unfortunate result for the South Africans. They will go home without a win, and Canada now have been knocked out, and South Africa have moved up into the top 4. And what a result there for the New Zealanders.
New Zealand has 2 wins now, so that probably guarantees them a quarter-final berth.
And here's that last goal from Tom Hunt. McKenzie got some wood onto it, but just not enough to. And he got something there, but his foot came out of the stirrup, and he watched it go. And bad luck there for South Africa. Bad luck for Chris McKenzie. He's played very well throughout this tournament. And New Zealand now, I think they've won. Both of their games have been won on penalty shootouts, but at the end of the game, it's 6-5 in favour of New Zealand.